what the gram say, we made it. Fuck what your Twitter say, we made it. Hey, fuck what these hoes say, we made it. Hey, fuck what these niggas say, we made it. Hey, gon' pick your diamond color, my baby.
What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Wayne from Run It Down, and welcome back to the channel. I just want to take some time to thank you guys for tuning in, and I hope you enjoy.
When I think of Zoocci Coke Dope whole-roundedly, I think he's very focused. That's one thing about Zoocci. You know, if it's he has his priorities in order. If it's about music, it's about music. You know what I mean? If you're just chilling, he's chilling. When you get to know him as a person, you get to understand that he loves what he does, and it's all that matters to him. He takes care of it. You know what I mean? All his heart, he takes care of it. So Zoocci is a very focused person. That's what Zoocci is. Zoocci's coming for it. And as a person, Zoocci, you can tell Zoocci's understanding. You know what I mean? Yeah, he's full of understanding.
Alright, so check it right. Today we're gonna be discussing the genius himself, the dealer, Zoocci Coke Dope. Bro is literally running the game like a freaking puppet master. I know that might seem like an exaggeration, but it's facts. It's facts, bro. And what I'm about to get into will just prove what I'm talking about. So homie is not only creating his own lane as an artist in his own right, but he's also helped produce for countless of other artists and steer their careers in the right direction. I mean, I feel as if Zoocci is the SA version of Quincy Jones. It's because he's able to do it all. But before we even get into how much of a genius he is when it comes to working with his peers, let's dive into his greatness as it pertains to his own music. So with the release of Morning Star back in August of 2017, he really made a name for himself, as it was something we hadn't heard of yet, at least not from a South African. So when it comes to Zoocci, right, his sound was super progressive in the sense that he paved the way for a lot of these niggas in SA doing their melodic auto-tune raps. Granted, this was a US based sound, but I mean, no one did that shit before Zoocci.
Since this is something that bothers me a lot too. Since I came in, right, a lot of dudes had like same rap with different voice. I come in high pitching, doing, you know, crazy unheard things on song. What happens after that? Everybody's high pitched. What happens after that? Everybody got the auto tune and trying to hook it out. If you don't see that impact, I really feel like you're blind. Like I really feel like you're not trying to see anything. And I'm working on crazier things, man. I just want to tell everybody to be like super experimental with your music, and to just stop having like templates and a way to make songs. Just get on songs and do whatever you want on songs. People just want to do the same thing. It's just all about how does that song sound? I need a song like that so I can also have a hit. Nobody's really carving waves and okay, this is something that's never been heard before, or who even raps like that? Nobody's doing that. A few of the guys are doing it, but they're all young guys, meaning a majority are not doing it. And I just want to say, man, it makes the game competitive, it makes the game better, to just always be wondering what are you gonna do next, how are you gonna do it next, rather than just the same songs with just different voices. It's so annoying to just hear that you know, formula template sound of, okay, I know what he was going for, but this is what everybody's going for every time they make a song. It's bad. I don't like that. In America, you've got like a vast variety of artists. Like you've got Young Thug, you've got Tory Lanez, you've got Drake. Even with the conscious niggas, you've got a bunch, you know. With the weird guys, you've got a bunch. With the auto-tune guys, you've got a bunch. With the guys who can't really rap, you've got a bunch. And here, it just seems like it's one formula. Like we just all have different voices and try to make the same type of song. Like there's very few times where I listen to music in SA and I'm like, wow, what is that? Unless it's the young guys, like the generation that I would think I'm like right before or with. Yeah.
So with Morning Star, like he was able to capture us with so many elements that he used to create this project. I mean, the dark, introspective storytelling which he portrays keeps you wanting more. I mean, he is the dealer after all. So Zoocci allows us to get to know him on a more personal level, where he finds out he's battling himself on a psychological level. So you can see how deep rooted this project is. Everything was well put together, with the dark production to the infectious melodies. The approach was just different, something I hadn't seen or heard before at this level, which just showed me like how dope, pun intended, how dope like this project really is, how dope he really is as a musician.
It might, you know, like who knows what might happen, because when I say I'm working on a body of work, I'm not just gonna record songs and put them together and be like, okay, that's an album.
Yeah.
I have to go through theme, you know.
Yeah.
I have to go through the sonics of it, the storyline, like everything just has to make sense.
So we all know like how much work Zoocci is putting in, and it's apparent with some of his other releases. With the release of Do Not Disturb with Flame and Die Dope with Diamonds, this nigga's undeniably talented. Some niggas aren't able to adapt or even mesh well with others, but that isn't a problem for Zoocci. How he's able to interchange with both of his homies on both projects was so effortless. I mean, you had tracks like No Phone Calls, Amazing Grace, Blow My Mind, and Made It Out on D&D. And then you had tracks like Rare, Difference, Demo, and Julia on That Dope. And it just shows like how well this nigga works with others. Even though he did joint tapes with two different artists, the consistency in how he's able to fit in and just complement both artists with these dark yet attention grabbing melodies was mad, bro. Because it's not just a thing of him jumping on a track with one of his homies. There's actually a connection that you can hear on the tracks between himself and the two niggas, like a relationship that he was able to develop in the shit they wanted to convey in the music. Zoocci brings back that feeling of like where artists genuinely work together in the stew and just create music on a one-on-one level, whereas nowadays niggas just jump on a beat and send it through to the next nigga to hop on, like no connection or no synergy whatsoever.
You come across like you really care about the making of the music. Do you feel that there's a lot of people caring about the making of the music right
Definitely
now?
not. Niggas, like, guys don't like, and yet again, it's not a shot to anyone,
Yeah,
but like,
go ahead.
the whole thing of like just recording or just rapping to rap or just rapping to have a smash hit, or just like from like my shallowest choruses, like, and I always refer to the choruses because that's what people know me for, but like from my shallowest chorus about like, let's say I've been chilling drinking with some people I don't know, that's like something that was happening at the time. You feel what I'm saying? Like I was really chilling with people I didn't know. There were really people at my house drinking liquor that I didn't know. Then like, or for that, I record that. Like whatever's going on in my life, that's what's going on. But you get these guys that tell you I'm making 50 G's or I'm in the club popping whatever, and they really not. So for me, it's just like, it's a personal thing. So how it sounds, I always feel like it's a reflection of me. You feel what I'm saying? And guys don't have that connection to their music. They just recording to, let's make a hit, or recording to, I need a single, or I need an album, or whatever. There's no deep connection with stuff.
So listen to this, right? Unity is strength. When there's teamwork and collaboration, wonderful things can be achieved. So considering how adaptable and willing Zoocci is to work with others, I mean, this quote best describes him. But I digress. Let's get back to where we were. So my G was busy giving through balls on every single track. I mean, the production was top tier, not to mention the quality as well. I mean, I don't think there's really anyone who comes close to this nigga in terms of quality and versatility. Zoocci went to a whole new level with the release of his debut album, Anxiety. Bro doesn't believe in staying stagnant to the point where he feels dissatisfied with himself with some of his previous work.
It's a couple, like I grew out of stuff I made quick, you know, so you could play me some of the features I've done years ago, and I'm like, hey, don't play that. Like sometimes even some of the joints on Morning Star, I'm like, come on man, that was a long time ago. You know, so it's not really like at the time it makes sense, and I'm a fan of progress, and progress comes with, you know, cringy moments of, come on man, that once made sense, but now it doesn't. You know?
So if you weren't a fan of him before this album, I'm sure you became one after it. The fact that he named the project Anxiety already allows you to relate to the subject matter in some personal level. I I mean, we all experience some aspect of anxiety, no matter how perfect you perceive your life to be, which is why I believe Zoocci knew what he was doing, making music that a wide variety of people could relate and just vibe to. I knew he was coming through with some fire just based on the album cover. You saw how dope that shit was. I mean, for me, the message it conveys to me is that when you're going through anxiety, majority of the time you're down and depressed to the point where you aren't in the mood to do anything. Hence, you have multiple Zooccis just looking down and depressed, and the one Zoocci looking up, which represents him trying to deal or cope with it. Hey, but maybe I'm reaching. Maybe I'm looking too deep into things, but you guys let me know. So diving deep into the album, you find yourself experiencing like all sorts of emotions and feelings, as each track has its own meaning, which Zoocci tries to convey. I mean, the overall feeling I got from the project was vibes, but there are clear standouts which make you reflect and think about the shit that you might be going through. From tracks like Anxiety, where Zoocci expresses how he feels anxious and how he tends to overthink things, which obstructs him from getting things done. Overthinking is a bitch, like no cap. Like, I don't know how much shit I haven't done or missed opportunities that have gone by because your own thoughts get the best of you. I hate that shit for real. But then we had tracks like Afterlife, where Zoocci just floats on the track with these effortless melodies, to Pretty Ugly coming through with the bars and the punchlines. Like, nah, Pretty really killed that verse. Like, to me, it might be the best verse of the album if we're strictly talking straight rapping. Then we have my favorite track, guys. My favorite track of the album for different reasons. So we had Silence. And I say this because once again, Flame and Zoocci are undeniable, unmatchable, undefeated. I mean, the list goes on. They're just a dope duo, and you can hear it through the music, or better yet, the connection that they convey through the track. Another reason being the message behind the track, where wanting silence or time to yourself could be perceived as being a loner or a villain by others. Now, I can relate to that like so much. Like, it's actually crazy. Like, I'm the type of person that just likes doing me, dude. Like, I just want to be on my own. I'm not about like getting into people's business. I don't like being bothered either. So it's a thing of sometimes you either perceived as a dickhead or a loner, and it shouldn't even be like that. Like, it's not that deep. But it's whatever though. Like, you can't control how people see you. Anyways, besides the message being so relatable, like sonically the track is fire, dude. Like, it's such a vibe. Both of them niggas coming through with the melodies as well as the production, complimenting them so well. Like, shout out to Flame for that one.
Silence, he made the beat actually.
Wow.
Yeah, he made the beat upstairs in this house, and when I heard it, I remember I came out the bathroom or somewhere, and he was busy with the beat, and I was like, yo, I want that beat. And he's like, nah, I'm gonna use it or whatever. Yeah. I was like, but you've never given me a beat. Like, Diamonds got a beat from him. Reese got a beat from him. Like, so many people got beats from Flame. I've never gotten one. So I was like, that day I blackmailed him. Yeah. I was like, if I don't get this one, you're never gonna get nothing from me. Yeah. And then he's like, I take it. And then I put him on because he really liked the beat.
I thought because you're so hands-on, you wouldn't want anyone else like to do a beat or master your song.
No, there's certain guys I trust, yeah, and certain guys, like really great guys, and some of them are actually strong in certain areas, so that's why I trust them, like certainly stronger than me in certain areas, and that's what I call them for.
Guys, I could go on and on with this track, but yeah, you get my point though. Moving along, we have Oath featuring Nasty C. Nothing to really dive into, like, it's just a dope ass track. Both the Zoocci and Nasty came through with the like dope bars. I mean, I really mess with the hook as well. It's to the point where, like, I think if COVID didn't mess shit up, like, with enough push behind this track, like, it could have done like what it needed to do. Like, I mean, it sounds like a smash. But overall, the album is top tier, guys. Like, only a handful of niggas could compete with an album like this, especially locally. Like, this album was tough, dude. Like, Zoocci's sound like handles international artists as well. I mean, you might dispute me on that, but this track was tough, bro. So moving along, like, Zoocci displays like how much of a genius he really is through the level of consistency, quality, and output level in his production skills, but the crazy amount of tracks he's given away that have gone on to becoming hits for some of his peers, like it's actually insane. I mean, you had tracks like Calabasas Fulfillment, which he produced for Reese. Like, I actually wish like we could get more Reese tracks on Zoocci beats, but hey, it's nice to wish sometimes, right? And then we also got tracks such as I Don't Know and No Stress, which he produced for Speedster, and he's also featured on them. Like those went on to becoming some of Speedster's biggest tracks. I mean, Zoocci also produced The Message for Flame, Pablo for Big Star Johnson, as well as Freedom of Fame for Black Les. Listen to those tracks, guys. Listen to those tracks. But yeah, the list goes on, guys. Like, you get my point nonetheless. Just hear the man further elaborate, like, on the many artists, like he's helped part the lane for.
I've worked with Black Les, you know. I did a couple of things for the Les. I did some song on his album, the past album, the Hall of Fame album. I've done work for Reese, you know. I've done work for probably like 90% of Pretoria. I've done work for a lot, bro. Like nothing's coming to mind. Like DJ Speedster. I've done stuff for Radix, you know, Youngster. I'm doing stuff for Chad right now. Like a lot, bro. Got a song with Gigi Lamaine coming out soon. I've done stuff with Stogie. I've done stuff with a lot of people, bro.
From being an artist in his own right to producing well-constructed beats for his peers, another skill in his arsenal is mixing and mastering. It makes sense as to why his vocals and melodies like come out sounding so crisp, with his own projects being mixed and mastered by himself. Like, he's been able to accumulate more projects like under his belt, such as Diamonds Are Forever by Diamonds, Candyman by Flame, Pele Machiavelli by 25K, Fire album. And then you also have Soiled by Pretty Ugly, which also just recently came out.
I produce, bro. Like, the thing I really like though is like mixing and mastering. If you listen to my EP, and this is not like, you know, a shot to anyone or whatever. If you listen to my EP, I feel like there's been very few in history, essay-wise, like projects that have been so sonically correct. If you listen, those are things I focus on. The raps and stuff, you know, that's just, I wouldn't even say I'm a rapper. I get on the beats, and if it sounds like I'm rapping on it, if it sounds like I'm singing, then that's what it is.
It's not something I had to switch from. Like, the artist thing is always something I tried because nobody would jump on my beat. So over the years, and when my sound was getting better and cleaner, so was the thing that I was doing. Because for me to practice my mixing, I used to just mumble on the microphone to work on that voice, to see what I can do to make that voice cleaner. But I'd always be working on my own voice. For me to practice how to use auto-tune for artists that would come to my studio, I'd be messing around with the auto-tune myself in studio to like get it right, so that when an artist does come up, like, yo, check this out.
And guys, he still isn't done there. I mean, coming off the release of Pele Machiavelli and Soil, both in the same month, a week apart, like, he lets us know that he has another album master submission and that he's finishing another one. Homie stays working, and it's not surprising that more artists like Lucas Raps and Doughboy are going to him, because the music clearly speaks for itself. Like, you don't get in his position in the game and have your name associated with so many hits without knowing what you're doing and having the skill level to back it up. Guys, you can't deny or question the quality and the output level. And you know what's so fucking funny? Zoocci, I mean, he doesn't need majority of these rappers. Like, you niggas need him. Homie was going off a couple of days ago on Twitter, and the shit that he was saying made sense, bro. Like, some of these rappers wouldn't be in the position within the game without him.
There's a lot of even some figures, you know, people I came up wanting to work with that I no longer work with because of those type of things, where you're trying to contribute and the person just wants to do what they've been stuck in doing. It's like, okay, but we know that this, and then it gets to a point where it's like awkward, and it's just you're either in a box that you comfortable in, and you go to. I'd like people to come to me to unlock a certain thing, that they don't usually have or do. Like, let me go to that guy to hear what he can contribute to what I'm doing.
Like have a proper collaboration.
Yeah, because if you're gonna come to my studio and you just want to be you and like this is what I'm doing, then you could have did that at home.
Yeah.
You know, so I have a big problem with that,
100%.
and it gets in the way of some relationships because some people take it personally. You know? And I'm never in the studio trying to take away, or I'm always trying to contribute for a person to be better. I don't, you know, I'm not like bashful of anything. I'm always trying to improve. No matter how good you think you are, if there's something I feel like you can improve in, it's because you can improve in. I'm not lying. I know what I know and I'm confident in it. So if you have a problem with that, you take it personally. Some people listen, some people don't.
That's facts. It's facts. So overall, like, we have a really talented individual who has a skill level to sing, rap, produce, mix, master, as well as create the music into really dope constructed projects. I mean, this man is an architect and has a blueprint for the music he creates. I honestly believe he's a genius, like, when we're talking about this rap shit. But hey, maybe I'm wrong and you guys feel a different way. Let me know though in the comment section below. Anyways, thanks for tuning in, and please don't forget to like, comment, and definitely subscribe. It's on to the next one. Peace.